Sometimes it's useful to shorten quotes from a text. Let's take a look at the sentence below. Dinosaurs are giant, terrifying, and extinct. Sometimes it's useful to shorten quotes from a text. Let's take a look at the sentence below. Dinosaurs are giant, terrifying, and extinct creatures. Let's say we wanted to omit the underlined part. An ellipsis shows that text has been omitted. The sentence becomes, dinosaurs are extinct creatures. The omitted text has been replaced with an ellipsis. Remove punctuation when replacing text in the middle of a sentence. Let's take a look at the examples below. Dinosaurs, which scientists think evolved into birds, went extinct millions of years ago. This sentence becomes, dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago. Here, we remove the commas when replacing omitted text with an ellipsis. Keep punctuation at the end of a sentence. Some dinosaurs were covered in feathers, but people still think of them as scaly lizards, becomes, some dinosaurs were covered in feathers. Notice that we have 4 dots now, the period and the ellipsis. You can even omit whole sentences using an ellipsis. Dinosaurs roamed the earth for millions of years. They existed through the entire Mesozoic era. However, they are now extinct. This becomes, dinosaurs roamed the earth for millions of years. However, they are now extinct. Notice that we still keep the end punctuation for the first sentence. Don't begin or end a quotation with an ellipsis. Let's take a look at the sentence below. Like modern ducks, myosaurs cared for their young. Let's say we wanted to remove like modern ducks. Instead of using an ellipsis, begin the quote after the omitted text. Let's take a look at another example. Troodons, a species of small bird-like dinosaurs, might have become as smart as humans if they hadn't gone extinct. Let's say we wanted to remove if they hadn't gone extinct. Instead of using an ellipsis, end the quote before the omitted text.
Select the answer choice that correctly uses an ellipsis, to omit the underlined words in the sentence. People began investigating the ancient city of Ur, famous for its enormous ziggurat.
An ellipsis can be used in dialogue to indicate silence, a stutter, a pause, or trailing off. Take a look at the chart below for some examples of these effects. An ellipsis in dialogue indicates a pause. The answer is, "Oh dear." 5, John said. John briefly pauses twice while speaking, so we use an ellipsis to show where he paused. Or stuttering a phrase that's repeated. I think, the answer is 5, John said. The ellipses indicate that John stutters the phrase, I think. Starting with an ellipsis shows an awkward silence. The answer is 5, John said. John waits before speaking. The ellipsis could mean John was uncertain or nervous. Ending with an ellipsis means the speaker trailed off. The answer is, John said. In this example, John never finishes speaking. We use an ellipsis to show that he trailed off. Use a dash to show a sudden change in a sentence. Let's take a look at the sentence below. I'd like to order the, "Peter, be quiet." Is there an abrupt shift or sudden change in this sentence? The sentence abruptly changes at, "Peter, be quiet." Therefore, we offset the phrase with a dash to show that it's a break from the original sentence. Use two dashes to interrupt the middle of a sentence. Let's take a look at the sentence below. I'd like to order the fish and, "Peter, be quiet," the salad. Here, we offset the phrase in dashes and continue the original sentence. "Peter, be quiet," interrupts the sentence, "I'd like to order the fish and the salad." A dash inside dialogue shows unfinished speech. Let's take a look at the example below. "Remember to wash your," Carol started to say. In this example, Carol doesn't finish speaking. We add a dash at the end of her dialogue to show she abruptly stopped or was interrupted by someone else. Notice that the dash is inside the quotation marks because it is part of her speaking.